You know, we're about to pull back the curtain on your monthly bills because I guarantee you the number you see on your statement and the number it's actually costing your financial freedom, well, they are two very, very different things. Let's break it down. So check this out. That simple $15 a month subscription you have, it doesn't just cost you $15. It is a financial liability that actually requires $4,500 of your money to sustain. Now, if that sounds completely insane to you, good. It's supposed to. And I'm going to show you exactly how. Okay, now this isn't some kind of financial magic trick. It's all about a fundamental shift in how you see money. We're going to move from thinking like a consumer, the person who only sees that small monthly payment, to thinking like an investor who sees the entire massive picture. This quote just nails it, doesn't it? Most of us, we look at something and we ask, hey, can I afford the monthly payment? But the investor mindset, it asks a totally different question. How much of my capital, my nest egg, is this thing going to tie up forever? That one single shift in perspective, it changes everything. So, this whole powerful mindset is built on a really simple piece of math that we call the rule of 300. And let me tell you, it is an incredibly effective tool. It exposes the true financial weight of every single one of your recurring expenses. To get the rule of 300, we first need to quickly touch on a cornerstone of financial independence. You've probably heard of it, the 4% rule. The basic idea, based on historical market returns, is that you can safely withdraw 4% from your investments each year, and your nest egg will pretty much sustain itself indefinitely. Just think of it like the engine that powers all your passive income. Okay, so let's just flip that 4% rule around. Let's say you want to cover a tiny $1 monthly expense. First, you've got to cover its annual cost, right? So that's $12. Now, to generate that $12 from your investments, using our 4% rule, you actually need $300 of capital just sitting there working for you. And boom, that's it. That is the rule of 300. For every single dollar you spend on a recurring monthly basis, every single one, you need $300 in invested assets working behind the scenes just to pay for it. All right, so that's the theory, but this is where it gets really real. Let's apply this rule to some common, everyday expenses that, let's be honest, most of us don't think twice about. Let's start with something small, okay? Your collection of streaming services, music apps, all those other digital subscriptions. A typical bundle might run you about, $50 a month? It seems harmless enough, right? I mean, it's the cost of a nice dinner out. But let's apply the rule of 300. $50 a month times 300, that equals $15,000. Think about that. To be truly free from that tiny $50 bill forever, you need 15 grand sitting in an investment account, just generating income for you. And if you don't have that capital working for you, guess who has to do the work? You do. You're literally trading precious hours of your life, going to your job, just to generate the cash to pay for these small, recurring bills. Okay, let's scale this up. Let's look at something society tells us is completely normal, even a sign of success, a new car. The average monthly payment in the US is now over $700. It's just what people do. But let's run the numbers. $700 multiplied by 300 is $210,000. That car payment isn't a bill. It's a $250,000 anchor tied to your financial future. And you know what? This is exactly why so many high earners still feel broke. They can afford the payment, but they can't afford the capital weight. But here's the good news. I promise. There is good news. This math, it works both ways. Understanding this rule isn't about feeling trapped. It's about finding the shortcut to freedom. Seriously, this is where it gets exciting. This is where the leverage is just incredible. Every recurring expense you eliminate, that's a massive victory. If you can just find a way to lower your monthly bills by $500, you've effectively lowered the amount you need for financial freedom by a staggering $150,000. I mean, this shows the two paths so clearly. The spender, they just stay on that flat line, chained to their payments forever. But the person who actively cuts those recurring costs, they unlock this amazing exponential curve, and they rocket towards financial freedom far, far faster. This right here, this is the ultimate cheat code. Just think about how hard it is to save an extra $150,000. It can take years and years, but you can achieve the exact same mathematical result just by needing less. This is where the real power is hiding. So what do you do with all this information? Well, the goal isn't just to understand it,
It's to use it. So here's a simple action plan to put this knowledge to work for you, like right now.
Okay, here's your challenge. First, audit your life. I want you to list out every single recurring monthly payment you have. Second, calculate its true cost. Multiply each one by 300 and write that big, scary number down next to it. And third, and this is the most important part, ask yourself if that item is truly worth that capital cost. And then cut ruthlessly. And that leaves us with this final question. The next time you look at that small subscription, or that big car payment, or any other bill, don't just see the monthly cost. See its capital weight. And ask yourself, is this really worth thousands and thousands of dollars of my freedom? I think the answer just might change your life.